Hi everybody, my name's Martin, and in this little video today we're going to be talking about something called false friends. False friends, what does it mean? I suppose you imagine that it means that one of your friends is a hypocrite, or you lent them some money and they didn't give it back to you, that they talk about you behind your back. But no. We're talking about something related to language, and it can affect all languages when you're learning them. But we're going to look at false friends related to English and Spanish today. So let's take one. Sensible. Now, if you were reading a book, or a newspaper, or something on the internet, and you saw the word sensible, you'd possibly think, that's easy. It's the same in Spanish, because it's spelt exactly the same way. You'd be wrong. Sensible really means that you think before you do something, and you try to make the logical and realistic decisions. The word that we use in English, which means that you can become easily emotional, or if you eat something cold and your teeth hurt, for example, is sensitive. What other words are there? Well, if you saw the word large, I'd imagine that you'd think it meant something like this, related to distance or length. But no, again, in English, large means something very big, enormous. The word related to length or distance in English is long. Let's move on to another one. For those of you studying, you probably have to carry a folder to keep all your papers and documents in. In Spanish, the name is very different for this. And this is why some people think a folder is called a carpet. But actually, carpet in English is something completely different. It's something that you put on the floor of your home for decoration or to keep the warmth in your home, and very typical in colder countries. What more? Here's one which can cause some confusion. Constipated. You have to be careful with this one. You may think that constipated means that you're blocked here and you... But no, in English it means you have problems going to the toilet. So this could be quite embarrassing if you made this mistake. When you're not feeling well and you're blocked, in English it's called a cold. You have a cold. Now, you may have heard me say the word embarrassing before. This is another one which can cause confusion. Because in English, if you say you're embarrassed, it means you feel a little silly about the situation. Maybe you blush, you go red here. It doesn't mean you're going to have a baby. This is pregnant, or a pregnancy. Let's talk about another one. What about a discussion? Would you like to have a discussion? You could think this is something negative because it looks like a Spanish word that means when people are fighting amongst themselves, not physically, but orally. In English, no. It means to have a sensible and realistic conversation. So these are just some of the false friends that you have to be careful of. And that sometimes you have to check and make sure that you're reading the right and understanding the right thing. This is why using a dictionary can be very, very useful. You should think about the logic of the word before you make your decision. To finish off, I'm going to talk about one more false friend. This is an idiom. An idiom, in English, means an expression which is commonly used and not very literal. And in our next video, next month, I'll be explaining more about that. See you then.